Valley. Iowa has temperatures in the 50s. Missouri, temperatures there, they're in the upper 50s to mid 60s. Kansas, they're in the mid 50s to low 60s. Nebraska, mid 50s to mid 60s. Then we go to the Northern Rockies. You can see throughout much of Montana, temperatures range from the mid 30s to the mid 40s. In Idaho, temperatures in the northern half of the state, they're in the 40s, southern half 50s. Sorry about that, sore throat. In Wyoming, temperatures range from the upper 40s to upper 50s. In Colorado, temperatures range from the mid 50s to mid 60s. In Utah, we see temperatures that range from the from 53 in Logan to 73 in St. George. Elsewhere, it's just upper 50s to low 70s. In Nevada, much of the region, temperatures range from the mid 50s to the mid 60s. In the southern part, they are in the upper 60s to low 80s. Then we go to New Mexico, where temperatures in the northern half of the state, they range from the mid 50s to low 70s. In the southern half, they're in the mid 70s to low 80s. Northern half of Arizona, though, temperatures range from 53 in Flagstaff to 73 in Kingman, 52 in Alpine, 61 in Kaibito. In the southern part of the state, Arizona, temperatures are in the 80s. Throughout the coast, we got 61 in Eureka, the Bay Area, San Francisco. They're in the upper 60s to mid 70s. 70 degrees in LA, 66 in San Diego, 80 in Indio. We have 57 in Redding to 68 in Chico. Temperatures throughout the southern half of the Central Valley, California, they are in the 70s from what it looks like. In the Pacific Northwest, in Oregon, temperatures are in the mid 40s to mid 50s. In Washington State, we got temperatures ranging from 35 in Trail to 53 in Seattle. It's quite cold once you cross once you head up north and inland, but along the coast it gets slightly warm though. And now let's take a look at gusts. I have gotten a notice that we're going to be under a high wind warning in a matter of hours, just in about a few hours from now. Although we're not in it yet, but we're actually under a high wind watch. I mean, it hasn't been displayed because it's just that I only put the ones that are very imminent. All right, let's take a look at gusts. We in the Northeast, New England, wind gusts are blowing at around 30 to 50 miles an hour, but stronger along the coastline, especially on the east end of Long Island. Upstate New York to Pennsylvania, wind gusts are up to 40 miles an hour. Up to 30 to 40 miles an hour from Long Island all the way down the Jersey Shore into parts of the Delmarva Peninsula. We see some gusts in South Florida, just blowing up to 30 to 40 miles an hour. The Southern Plains up to 30 to 35 miles an hour from southwestern Texas to Missouri and to southwest of Chicago. In the Western Plains, gusts are up to 50 miles an hour in some places. Wyoming up to 60 in a few places, though. Right along the coastal parts of southwestern Oregon to coastal northern California, just north of San Francisco. You have gusts that are blowing up to 50 to 70 miles an hour in some places. The Sierra Nevadas and the northern part, you do see gusts that are blowing up to 30 to 50 miles an hour. The Cascades, portions of the Cascades blowing up to 50 miles an hour in gusts. Although not much gusts in northwestern Virginia, eastern West Virginia. But there's good enough. There's a lot of gusts there in western Nebraska, southwestern South Dakota. Let's take a look. We got some humidity throughout portions of the south, but it's not quite there. Near Jacksonville, there's a good amount. Iowa and northern Minnesota and the northwestern part. And the Pacific Northwest, there's a lot. And as well as northern Rockies, I should say. Let's go back. Okay, so this is the place where there is a lot of humidity. And according to which one of the locations has 21% relative humidity. And let's go to the northwestern part of Virginia. 39%, which is pretty close to, just about enough to guarantee a red flag warning, folks. In northwestern Virginia, I mean, so much drought's going on, and it's not really that funny, you know. I mean, because, something can happen. Even when the temperatures do get cold, that's enough to spark a fire. Rainfall accumulation in the next 24 hours, though, we do see just around up to half an inch to a whole inch of rain from places like the Adirondacks, Thousand Island area of upstate New York, half an inch just southwest of Buffalo, and just to the north and to the northeast of Burlington, Vermont, in the northern parts of Michigan and northeastern Minnesota. Just as much as about up to half an inch of rain there. In the West Coast, though, just anywhere north of Fresno and north of Santa Maria, there are lots of rain in a short period of time, folks. Particularly on the coastal side, they could get as much as around 2 to 4, maybe localized areas up to 6 inches of rain. All because of some atmospheric river that's blowing all that moisture into the West Coast, and it's that time of year when you have places like the Cascades and the Sierra Nevadas piling up all that snow, and it's going to last for pretty much the entirety of the winter, going into the spring months of 2026. So that'll be something, right, folks? Any new snowpack? Well, from what it looks like, rain mixed in with some snow, it could happen in northern Vermont to northern New Hampshire and western Maine. About as much as up to 3 inches of snow. In the Sierra Nevadas, they could get as much as around a foot to a foot and a half of snow. In some places in the Sierra Nevadas, going up the Cascades, all the way to northern Washington State, about as much as around up to a foot and a half of snow in some places. Idaho, about traceable amounts of snow to about up to 3 inches of snow, and as well as east of Jackson, Wyoming. Oh, in Minnesota, northeastern tip of Minnesota, about as much as up to 3 inches of snow will be accumulated there in the next 24 hours. But we'll go further into that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to say that do consult with your local officials and your local weather office, just so that you guys would know about real-time weather data, whether if this estimate would be accurate or not. I'm just gonna one more thing. I need to show you guys any pollution whatsoever. Check the air quality index. Let's see. I mean, although not much wind going on throughout Southern California and the Los Angeles region, but there are some moderate air quality a moderate air quality to somewhat unhealthy. I mean, it's just some orange in the metro part of Los Angeles, downtown, to the valley, especially in some parts of San Diego, to the north, just north of San Diego, I should say. But there's a lot of pollution for some reason in northern Idaho, and as well as Lufkin in Texas and Shreveport, Louisiana. Now I'm going to move up to right around here. Now let's talk about the upper part of the atmosphere. And what we have here in the upper part of the atmosphere, we start off with a ridge just over Las Vegas. And we do have a folding trough, and what it looks like it's over Manitoba. And a wide ridge just over the Gulf. And there is a folding trough just off of California, and another trough just to the east of Maine. What does this mean? Well, it just means that there is a lot of wet weather to deal with, a lot of coastal valley rains and mountain snow in the Pacific Northwest. And also, there is a little bit of precipitation in the upper Mississippi Valley to the Dakotas. And now let's go to 24 hours. We do have a ridge that's building up over New Mexico. There is a trough just over Quebec, and another trough just located near Vancouver Island. And there is this upper level low just over the Gulf. What does this mean? It means there's going to be wet weather. It's going to be moving into the Great Basin, but more in the Pacific Northwest, though. The Northern Rockies, too. All the way down towards part of Southern California, but Central California, I should say. And there's also going to be some wet weather that's going to brew throughout parts of the Northeast. You can see. Now, well, let me just go back. Well, I mean, we do have some strong winds that might play a role, though. For Thursday night, we do see a trough just near Vancouver Island, and another trough just just north of North Dakota, and a flat ridge just over Southern California. Then gradually becomes a little more sharp, and a flat ridge from what it looks like just over Tennessee. A mini flat trough just over Dallas-Fort Worth. What does this mean? It means more unsettled weather throughout the Pacific Northwest, and as well as those in the Northern Plains to the upper Mississippi Valley, parts of the Great Lakes region, and a few parts in the South, particularly in the lower Mississippi Valley, eastern Texas. And on Friday, by Friday, we do have this trough just over Montana with this upper level low just north of the state. A mini ridge just over southern Arizona, and a mini trough just over LA. And there is this little trough just over Tampa Bay. And I see this trough that extends downward from the Hudson Bay all the way down to the Mississippi. And there is this ridge that's off of Florida. It means there is somewhat weather that's going to occur from parts of the Northeast all the way down to Tennessee and the lower Mississippi Valley. A little break in the Pacific Northwest, and a little bit of wet weather in parts of Montana. And some chances of wet weather could happen in the eastern half of the Great Lakes region. And now we're going to go back and talk about the tropics.